Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about exposure. More specifically, we're going to talk about shutter speed, which is part of the exposure triangle made up of shutter speed, aperture and ISO. But today we're just going to be focusing on shutter speed, the effect it has on your image and how you can control it to help you move into manual to have more control over your photos. So firstly, what is shutter speed? It's kind of obvious by the name. It is the time it takes for your shutter to open and close. So if you take your lens off your camera, you'll see in here there is a shutter. So when you take a photo, the shutter will move like so. And what that's doing is it's opening up, letting light in onto the sensor and then closing, so you don't get an overexposed image. So how can you control it? Basically, the slower your shutter speed, so the smaller the number, the more blurred your image will be, but the brighter it will be. Now this can be used to your advantage, so especially taking photos of water, if you use a slower shutter speed you'll get lots of nice motion blur, which can make the water look really smooth and sort of peaceful and calm as it like flows down a waterfall or something like that. In contrast, if you use a really fast shutter speed with water, you can freeze the action, making it look quite ferocious. Again, using the same example of a waterfall, you'll be able to see all the spraying up, and that can give a very different feel to the same image. This is why it's so important that you learn about the shutter speed and the differences it will have on your final image, because as you can see, one small change has such a great difference on the overall feel of the final photo. So most cameras will have a range of 30 seconds as the slowest shutter speed, and around 1/4000th to 1/8000th of a second as the fastest shutter speed. Now, the general rule for shooting is that your shutter speed should be no slower than 1 over the focal length of your lens. Now, you don't really need to worry about the word focal length. Basically, it's the number on your lens. So it will say on the top, for example, this says 50mm 1.4, that says 18 to 55, that's probably the lens you have. It's the kit lens, which comes with most beginner cameras. And basically, if you're shooting in at 55mm, you'd want to use a shutter speed of 1/50th or faster. Obviously you can slow it down for artistic effect, but you'll want to use a tripod for that, otherwise you'll get a shaky image. Lenses which have image stabilization or optical stabilization or vibration reduction, whatever you want to call it, will be able to shoot at slightly slower shutter speeds thanks to the image stabilization. But as a general rule, 1 over your focal length is the shutter speed you want to use. Okay, so hopefully you now know what shutter speed is, how you can control it and what effect it will have on your image. So stay tuned for the part 2 and 3 of this video, where I'll be talking about aperture and ISO and how that can affect your image for moving into manual to get more control over your photos. So thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and leave any questions in the comment box down below. Thanks.